Good morning. It's Nick with Us versus Herd. If it's your first time here, like the content, hit subscribe. If you want to get notifications for when we go live, tap the bell. And if you want to join the UVH fam, the most amazing options trading group community in the room in the world, links in the description to the Discord and our Facebook trading group. What's going on? How you doing? Good morning. If you're here, just join in, say what's going on. Lucas, Jeff, Eric, Keith, Trevor, Carl, Lion, Dulce, Lucas, Micah, Slick. I hope you guys are all staying safe. We have futures up, S&P up 35, Dow up 287, Nasdaq up 140. And I was saying, do you guys remember when just a month ago and we would look at the futures up 300 points down the Dow and be like, hey, today is going to be a good day. But now 300 points get flushed in 5 minutes to the upside or to the downside. It's like, wow, it's crazy. It's crazy. So here we are. Right now, kind of go over my doing one single contract. We were kind of expecting today might be a green day. Yesterday they just pummeled and pounded, and the S&P is closed down over 11%. The Russell IWM, it closed down. It's not going to say it here. I think it was like 16%. In the last 30 minutes of market close, halts are not triggered. Just so you know, there's no halts in the last 30 minutes of market close. So in the last 30 minutes of market close, Russell went down. The Russell went down hard, and there was no halts. Let's see what the Russell's doing now. But the Russell, we brought this up that the small caps were struggling for quite a long time, even before the small caps were not going along with the rally we had back in 2019 and so on. It wasn't aligned with the S&P, Dow, and Nasdaq. It was lagging way behind. And now it's the first one to get cut. This went down to 966. Now, like on Friday, if futures are green, Friday we had the biggest green day ever, and I was telling people, do not celebrate. We're just getting started here. This is not a celebration. This is just the beginning of what's happening. We're just here. We're gonna get green days. I'm hoping we get some flat days, because one of the biggest problems right now for especially smaller traders in our community, you guys can't afford unprecedented. VIX above 80 is unprecedented, and it's staying above 80. Guys, do not celebrate. Do not think this is over. Do not this is not investment advice, but I'm seriously concerned about a lot of people because they're loading up stock right now. I've been getting phone calls, family members and stuff saying is now decisions if you have no data. So, and I've been saying this for a while. This is the number one problem with the way that data comes out. The data that we have coming out is not real time. It's lagged a month. It's not good. Sorry, if you're here right now, say what up, Colin. Carl. So, if you're looking, I'm gonna tell you guys the same thing that I'm telling everybody else that gives me a call or hits me up or whatever, is I'll start buying stock when the economic data starts to improve. But in 2008, the sell-off started in in 2008. We can look it up. I'm just going off the cuff here. In 2008, the sell-off started December or something, March. December or November, something like that. It didn't stop until March or April, the sell-off of 2009. We're only a few weeks into this. Chill. Everyone was oh yeah, I'm gonna start maxing out my 401k right now. I'm gonna start doing all this stuff. I'll like, yo, you might need that money. Like, don't buy stock. You actually legitimately might need that money if you get laid off. And one of the things I was saying, as like my generation, I'm 34. If you're in your 20s or your 30s, maybe even your 40s, you've never really had hardship. I mean, most people in Chicago, in the area, and middle class. I'm talking middle class people in Chicago area. I don't know all around like Alabama and St. Louis and all this stuff. I'm talking about Chicago middle class. Chicago middle class is making $90,000 to $150,000 a year. We're out partying, getting whatever lattes we want. We've never understood what it's like to not have money. I mean, I have, because like I've basically just been grinding. But I mean, I know what it's like to not have money. But most people that have had a secure job since you're 25 and now you're 35 in the Chicago area, they can never look back to times of hardship. They can always afford to go to Whole Foods. They can always afford to do what they want to do. They can afford at least 1 to 2 vacations a year. They don't understand that we've never been through an actual hardship economically. And that's why people my age are going in saying, hey, I got some cash on the side, market just dropped a lot, I'll throw in some cash, not thinking about job security, not thinking about their family, not thinking about like what's to come. They're thinking about what's right now, and right now the market has dropped a lot and we don't have any data to back that up. So they're saying, hey, I got 20, 50K laying around. I'll put some in the stock market. We just dropped 25%. That's good, because we've always had the buy the dip mentality. Like, my generation has always had the buy the dip generation. I'm 62, never had any really had hardship. So yeah, and that's the scary part, is because we can't, if we've never been in that situation, a lot of us can't picture us, having issues. I know that when I first moved out of my parents' house, I mean, I thought that was hard, right? Being on my own, I didn't have a job per se. I was self-employed. I was an entrepreneur. I was doing my own thing. And at that time, I was going to Walmart to buy my groceries and stuff, and I thought that was hardship. That's not anything like we're going to experience. Going to Walmart to buy your groceries is not hardship. I had the money to buy groceries. I had income flowing in. I was able to go out and sell more stuff. And we're going to get to a point where, if you're an entrepreneur or small business owner, that you're used to controlling the situation. Like for me, I'm used to, okay, well, if we lose a client here, I can go out and pick up another one. If we lose this type of client, we'll just spend more on marketing. We'll be okay. That's the kind of mindset that you're in. It's going to be okay. You might have a rough month or rough quarter, but you'll push through. You'll land a couple more clients, a couple more jobs, and everything will be okay. But if everything is closed, small businesses are closing, I mean, you're left with no choice to downsize, and it's just like this whole domino effect, So that's why I'm concerned, because people are not taking it seriously in terms of what's to come and not planning for the future, which, why would they plan for the future? The future's always been bright, green, and rosy. We've always had, we've had the lowest unemployment in history. People are making more money than ever. Since unemployment was so low, people were overpaying for the job to get talent into their corporations, into their company. And they're going to freak out when it hits them hard. Having a career in oil and gas, you always got to have money put to the side. Yeah, I mean, if you have a career in one of those commodities and that fluctuates, I think you're prepared for this, because if you're, especially like also like construction, if you have a career in construction, work could dry up. People that work in oil, I mean, I think they're prepared mentally. But most people, the majority of people in Chicago, they got out of college, they got a job in a cubicle for $50,000, worked their way up over the last 10 years, probably making 120 to 150K. Everything's fine. Kids are in private schools. Food's on the table. everything's cool. And then if you have a wife that works, she's probably making another 80, 100K. So these households are pulling in, 200 to 250K a year, 300K, before taxes. So yeah, why would they be concerned? Why would you be concerned? But they're going to be concerned once those jobs and layoffs start happening. And that's the thing. That's when people are not panicking. People are not panicking yet. But once the data comes out, reality sets in, we're going to have an unprecedented problem. Rewind the tape on this in 2 years. Rewind the tape. Pull this video up. So that's why. So in terms of today, I'm not too worried. Today. What I'm concerned about is a year from now, 2 years from now. Today, everyone's calm. There's food. Everyone's chilling. But now the people that were telling me that it was a hoax, when I tell them, hey, you should just not telling you to go crazy, just kind of go out to the store, stock up, stock up, get a couple things, don't have to go crazy, just go out. Now they're nervous because they're saying, hey, if I get locked in my home, I'm real nervous now. Now they're nervous. And we've been talking about this for weeks. And I'm not saying we're the woke community or anything. I'm not that much smarter. I'm just watching what's happening unfold financially. If the financial system crumbles in front of us, what does that mean? What does that mean for you? People underestimate the impact. Stay grateful and appreciate to live within your means lifestyle. Yeah. This is a reset. A lot of people have a lot of debt, whether it was their fault or not. Some people have medical debt and stuff that wasn't their fault. Massive amounts of student loans, housing debt, credit card debt. A lot of people have 2 car loans. People are still getting a paycheck right now. Right now, people will still get paid on Friday. The reality hasn't set in, but I'm telling you right now, business owners such as myself and other corporate leaders and those kind of things, they're making the decisions right now to preserve themselves, to preserve the business, and they're going to cut a lot of people. They're going to cut the fat. They're going to go back down to only what's necessary to run. Sliced. Instantly. Just like that. Ariana, I thought bankruptcy was 7 years. You don't want to go into bankruptcy. You just don't want to. It's better, for me right now, it's better for me to grind, do what I can in the markets, do what I can, outside, sell things on eBay and that kind of thing. I don't know what's going to happen to my other businesses. I honestly don't. If my clients stop paying, that's going to be what it is. It is what it is. But you don't really want to go down the bankruptcy road, I don't think, if you can avoid it, because it's not something happening in terms of socialism and Bernie Sanders and all this stuff. Doesn't matter, it's political, but what's going to happen is the government is going to end up supporting us. The model of capitalism, what's going to happen to capitalism in democracy, free enterprise and that whole thing. Did the experiment fail? Did it, I think it's just rough to think about You know, that's like 2 months ago we're like, oh yeah, everything's fine, and then literally 4 to 8 weeks later we're literally thinking about if there's enough food. I mean, like within 4 to 8 weeks. So if people are worried now, this is nothing to me. This is nothing. This is nothing. And you know, like what does that mean if you have kids? Like what does that mean for their future? How is this going to change their life? I mean, we're going to survive. I don't want to be negative here. Like the title of today's stream is we will push forward no matter what. Like as the American people, as we know, we push through. We're going to make it through. If they made it through the Great Depression, you know, those people have balls of steel. And that's what we're going to develop here. We're going to develop. We're going to stop from becoming the weak avocado toast generation to the generation that steps up and takes care of the old people if they freaking listen. My parents. But sorry. A little heated right now. Julio, still dealing with credit card debt. Yeah, looking to do some trades as well. Recession is on the mind of people. Yeah, okay, so let's get back to the trade. Sorry, I just it's just frustrating. It's just frustrating. It's just frustrating. Oh, one thing I did want to say though. If you can't get food, if you're an Amazon, one tip, and I'll be done. We'll go back to the markets. One tip. If you're an Amazon Prime customer, you have access to Amazon Fresh. Most people, especially older people, don't realize this. You have access to Amazon Fresh, their free delivery grocery service. With Amazon Prime, they offer you free delivery. It's supposed to be free same day to within 2 hour delivery, but that's been extended. They can't meet those needs right now. What I've been doing is when you go on there, you'll go on there and you'll get discouraged, right? You'll go on there, you'll put the items in your cart. They have canned items, ground beef, frozen chicken, blah blah blah. They have everything. You go on there, you put the items in your cart, you go to checkout, and it'll say no delivery dates available, and you'll get discouraged. What I did, leave the items in your cart. At midnight, they reset the clock and the dates to give you an extra day. Once midnight hits, go on the app, go to checkout. There'll be dates and times. Buy immediately. They come. I've been doing it. They're coming. It'll save you time. It'll save you from going out into the masses of the grocery stores, and it will. If there's no date, like if it says no delivery dates available, wait till midnight. You get the new day because it only shows you scheduling for 3 days in advance. So whatever you're gonna do, you're gonna get 3 days later. At this point, people are taking it. So what you want to do, leave the items in your cart. Don't get like all pissed, like they don't have they can't deliver. It says the item in stock. The problem is they don't have enough people to get these to you. Leave the items in your cart at midnight your time. Go back into the cart. I've been waking up at 1, 2 in the morning checking out, and I've been giving food away to my grandma and people like that don't have access to this, that can't go to the stores, that can't fight the masses. So if you're concerned, midnight, it doesn't matter what time zone, midnight your time, Central, Mountain Time, Eastern Time, whatever. Leave the items in your cart. If it'll tell you, if you go to Amazon Fresh, it'll tell you the item is in stock. Don't be discouraged by that. They just don't have delivery times to get the food to you. So I've been getting Amazon Fresh deliveries. You bypass the crowds, and a lot of people are not using this. I mean, there are a lot of people, and I might try to do a video on this because I think it's really important for people to get the things that they need because they may not be able to get what they need, especially the elderly. So if you have a grandmother or older people or whatever that can't do this, get what you can and divide it up. Like, I know they said don't buy more than what you need, but if you're giving it away, who cares? You know what I mean? Like, if you're giving it away, like, my grandma's over 80, she can't be going through the crowds and fighting over canned soup. She can't. She's by herself. She's a widow. Like, what is she supposed to do? You know, like, so just a tip that I found that's been working for me in this time. Amazon Fresh, free for Amazon Prime. I don't get paid for this. I'm not getting paid. I promise you. I'm just letting you know that that's working, and that's going to happen. If you go to check out, there's most likely not going to be a delivery date available. But if you wait till midnight, a new date opens up fresh, and you're able to get in. I've been able to put in orders around 2 a.m. I mean, I add stuff to my cart, but I was able to get orders in. Yeah. So, PSA over. What I'm looking at right now, what I have for those just joining, I am short the S&Ps. I put a call spread on, only one contract. I'm also short Apple. I have the 245 put. And what I'm looking for on Apple, you know, we're at 246. We did come down to 240. I have a little bit of money to cushion with. I was up 327 on that at close yesterday. So I have a profit cushion. This is the first day probably that I wouldn't mind losing money on. If we go up today, I definitely don't mind losing money. After a day like today, if we go higher, I don't mind losing some money, because the way the market was pummeled, I'd rather go up and go down than just keep going down and keep getting hammered and hammered and hammered. You know what I mean? So Apple, my actual target on Apple, so my initial target was 260. I actually can remove this. So my initial target was 260, the 260 area on Apple. And like I said, I'm going to tell you guys again, I'm only trading ES SPY and Apple. We have a liquidity problem on most stocks, so that's why I'm trading the most liquid. Even people buying and selling SPY shares have been telling me they can't even sell 100 lots at a time. If you can't sell 100 shares as SPY in one order, it's not good. That is not good. So I'm sticking to highly liquid options. Sure, you can make money in other things like Amazon and Google, but they're not the most liquid. That's why I'm sticking to Apple and stuff like that. My target right now is trying to protect this 240 area, but I think that the most solid support right now is 220. We built decent support back in October, and we built decent support back in October of 2018 as well before breaking down. We break the 220 area, we're most likely going down to the 150s area. And the one thing is, Apple's lagging behind. They are actually holding up way better, and also tech is holding up way better than most right now. And once tech, I think tech has a little bit of ways to go down. The tech is holding up. Microsoft, Apple's holding up relatively well in this area. But right now, I think that tech has a little bit of ways to go, because right now at 240, we're just back at October prices. Not that bad, And I know that there's some people here. Whatever you do, do not place a market order. Use a limit order. It's better not to fill that limit than put a market order in. Whatever you do not place a market order. Seriously, whatever you do. Some people have been doing it, and it blows my mind. So do not place a market order. You're going to get filled for whatever price they want to give you, and I guarantee you it's not going to be in your best interest. It's not going to be in your best interest. If we can't even get filled on basic shares at 100 lot on SPY, it's not going to be a good time for you. Right now, these are coming down a little bit. We're only up 19 on S&P's, 179 down, 90 on NASDAQ. So looking kind of weak. I mean, we could have a little, I think what we need is a flat day, honestly. I do think that we're going to be going a little bit lower, though. SPY, we're testing this area as well. Back the December 2018 lows. This does need to be retested. I wouldn't mind popping back up to 250, 260 before retesting that, But just keep in mind, just because we're green right now, VIX is still above 80. VIX is still above 80. So we're probably expected to get 5 to 10% swings in the market intraday at the minimum. 5 to 10% swings intraday. So just be mindful that this is where we are right now. My wife made me turn the stream off because she's depressed. I'm back now. Yeah, Daniel, you missed the uplifting part though. And you missed the Amazon tip. Hit the rewind. 5 minutes to market open. Yeah, we got 5 minutes to market open. You know, I'm just trying to keep people, I'm not trying to be negative, Daniel. I'm just trying to keep people informed because people are not informed. And I'm not talking about CNBC informed. I'm talking about freaking raw data on what's going to happen here. You know? Happy St. Patty's Day. Yeah, this is so I am 30% Irish, and I think this is going to be the first St. Patrick's Day I'm not going to be making corned beef and cabbage. But I'm not really concerned about that. I'm not really concerned about that. My grandfather's 100% Irish. I love Irish food. Man. You know how women are? Yeah. I mean, I think it's better to know the bad news than to be ignorant to it. I'm not calling your wife ignorant, by the way. I'm just saying I know a lot of bad news is a lot at once and brings down morale. But if we can't be real, and I think that's why, you know, the president should just be real. People should just be real. Don't tell us it's low risk. Don't tell us blah blah blah. Just say, hey, if you don't know the answer, tell us you don't know the answer, right? That's all we want to know. If you don't know, don't just try to make things up. Like, just say, I don't know the answer, and we'll respect you for it. If I don't know the answer, I'm going to say I don't know. Like, honestly don't know. I honestly don't know where we're going to go today. I mean, we could be up 15%. We could be down 20%. I mean, this is where we are right now. Like, literally, this is where we are. I mean, we do know the selling pressure is intense, but most people haven't figured out that we're in. It hasn't hit their bank accounts yet. It hit their 401k, but who cares if you're 30? You're not cashing that thing out. I'm good, bro. I'm not retiring for 30 years, man. You know, that's all I hear. It's like, okay, well, I don't think you're gonna be worried about that in the next 2 years. You know. So I mean, I would like a little bit of update, a little reprieve. I mean, I know I'll lose money, but hey, that's fine. That's fine. I mean, you can't win every day. But I don't think, you know, we had a green day on Friday, and look what happened. We ended up with the biggest sell-off in history. I mean, like, we keep breaking records. These are not the kind of records you want to break. All right, we got 30 seconds right now. See what happens here. See what happens. Two-sided volatility. Let's go. If you guys could do me a favor, hit the like button. What's going on? Brian wants an update. Ariana wants Irish car bombs. Yep. Yeah, I'll show you guys my P&L here. I'm probably going to be down some money, but I was already up. So yeah, my... So right now... So I was up $3.30 on this. Now I'm down $21 on this position. I'm up $2 on this. So I knew that was going to happen. I mean, not a big thing. I basically back to break even on this trade. So I lost my $3.37 in realized profit. We're now down $50. So we'll see what happens. Right now, S&Ps are up 30, Dow's up 223, Nasdaq up 145. We'll see. It's kind of a quiet open so far. VIX still holding 80. VIX is only down 2%. It's only down $1.80. You know, we need a flat day to get VIX down a little bit. You know what I mean? Oh, dude, I went for 440 to 270 to 239 in seconds. Yeah, that's just the option markets. That's the bid and the ask. I wouldn't mind a little quiet open here and just kind of relax, let people gather their thoughts, let the robots going to do what they're going to do, and just kind of see what happens, Down 5%, 7%. I mean, that's really, really gonna mess with morale, because after, like psychology wise, most people think, and we've been trained to think this way, that once the market sells off a lot, we're going to go back up, or there's a green day. Hey, the market was down 10, 11% yesterday. Tomorrow's going to be a green day. And now futures and most stocks are opening green except for Tesla. Most stocks in Roku. I mean, Roku's now 50. I mean, come on. Roku, we knew Roku was not worth $200. Come on, guys. We knew it. We knew it. Roku was worth, they're streaming, they don't even make original content. They're not worth that much. We knew we knew that this was some sort of type of bubble here. Tesla is getting the axe here. I mean, it's probably coming back down to their strong support. I mean, car sales are gonna dry up. Tesla, what I'm concerned about, I mean, one of the most innovative companies in the car space, they're ridden with debt. They have so much debt. They don't post profits. I mean, I really honestly hope they can make it through this. I really hope Tesla can make it through, because I don't think Elon's getting his bonus that he was supposed to be getting anymore. He was supposed to get, he was about to become the richest man in the world if he met, what was the market, I don't even remember the market cap right now. X amount of market cap, it's in his pay package. If he meets an X amount of market cap at a certain date, he's going to get paid. But I think we're under that. Now. So right now we're not doing a spread. See, you're just gonna have to see what happens. The spreads are all kind of messed up. You gotta wait to see what happens here. Look at this. Look at the price fluctuations. I'm sure the 24.65 spread for tomorrow's expiration. We got halted a couple times last night. But you wanna take it easy. And if you're selling credit spreads, iron condors, don't get greedy. Don't shoot for the 50%. Don't shoot for the 100% credits. Don't try to get max profit. Take your 25 to 30% and run. Because VIX could go to 100 today. VIX could go to 90 today. Really screw your positions. So if you're selling credit spreads, iron condors, I wouldn't really recommend. Iron condor is not a very good strategy in this point in time for the market. But if you're selling spreads like I am right now, short some S&P calls, don't be greedy with it. Don't try to push it. Wait for the next spike up. As you can see in this market, we're gonna get rip ups. Or if you want to sell some puts when we rip down, I think it's a lot more dangerous though. You're gonna have a much higher success rate right now shorting the rips than you are buying the dips. So if you're doing credit spreads on ES, because people with smaller accounts, or debit spreads, don't get greedy. Do not get greedy with the spreads. They're not as liquid as they used to be. So you just kind of what I've been doing. I've been trading one contract at a time, buying, selling, reloading. That's it. And to give you a little tip here, the only thing that I'm doing is I'm not risking more than 1 day's worth of profits at a time. So even if I go max loss on my position, I'm not going back more than 1 day's worth of profits. So that's kind of the way that I've been controlling my risk, because it's very easy. It's very easy right now to have your mentality to just take your whole account, dump it in some puts, and you'll be rich, right? Yes, you could. But to get through this long term, when volatility dies down, you need to keep the same mindset, because what's going to happen is if your trading doesn't remain constant, through the highs and the lows, high volatility, low volatility, there's rules that we made to protect ourselves. And if you don't stay the same, all the money that you made, you're going to give up. you're gonna give up. So you just want to maintain a level ground mentality. Control your risk. Like I said, I'm only risking 1 day's worth of profits at a time. Now, if my profits get exponential, I can increase my risk. But right now, I'm only risking 1 day's worth of profits. I'm not even concentrating on my account size. I'm concentrating on blowing my account up, you know? So that is what I'm doing right now. Apple's dipping down a little bit. SPY's dipping down. VIX moving back up. I'm currently up $80 now, so I'm getting some money back from where I was up yesterday. I'm up on the position $92. I'm up on my spread. We're in the money, so we'll see what happens. Not looking good. You know, and I think the Fed's goal right now is not necessarily to make the market go up. The Fed's goal is to get it to stabilize and stop dropping. But look at this. Look at this right here. Jeez. S&Ps are bleeding. Going back down to the lows here. VIX popped up to 81. So be careful, guys. Seriously, VIX popped back up to 81. It's got to be, just play it low and slow. Right now, Dow's only up 50 points. Less than 50 points. We were up 400 points. It opened up at 300 points. Now we're up 50. What are your thoughts on Tom Brady leaving the Patriots? I think we got bigger concerns right now than sports. Like, sports are not coming back on. Tom Brady might as well just put his retirement in right now. Tom Brady, but we have way bigger problems in sports. It's 100% true. 100%. If you're concerned about sports right now, feel bad for you, man. Anyways, Tesla cratering. Yeah, Tesla, any debt-ridden company is going to be screwed, and that's probably why Apple and Microsoft are performing better than most, because they have the cash stockpiles to withstand this. You know what I mean? Like, Tesla does not. Tesla needs debt to survive. And if the debt dries up and they can't pay their loans, they're going to default and bankrupt. That's what I'm worried about. Maybe Apple will buy Tesla. would be like, I think Tesla should be preserved. I mean, I think what they're doing, I mean, their financials are a mess, right? But their technology and what they're doing for EV is unprecedented. I mean, it's amazing. I mean, somebody will scoop up that tech for sure. If this comes down to $50, if Tesla comes down to like $50 a share and they're giving away the company, somebody's going to try to scoop it up. I hope somebody like Apple or Microsoft or somebody will kind of try to preserve that, you know? Yeah, just all right. Now we're in official and negative territory. Nasdaq holding up at 16, positive 16. Dow's up Dow is down 150 now. We opened up 300 points. Now we're down to 150 points. I mean, you just want to be, man. Netflix is actually doing all right, but people are probably thinking subscriptions are going to go up because everyone's inside. Car Addict, if you missed the first half of the stream, rewind it. And also, on the main Us vs. Herd channel, watch the video from Sunday night. Watch those 2 videos, and then come back. Let me know. All right, Apple's back down. I'm back up to a couple hundred on that. Up 27 on the S&Ps. So we're up a couple hundred. So, anyways, guys, I'm gonna go take off. I'll be in the Discord. I'll be on Facebook. Hit me up. Questions, concerns, comments, whatever. As always, stay safe, stay green. It's Us vs. Herd.